The rain hadn't stopped for 3 days in the small fishing village of Cavite. The sea, usually calm and shimmering, rolled with a restless bitterness as if mirroring the heaviness inside 12-year-old Adrian Ramos' heart. He sat on the edge of an overturned boat, clutching a torn pair of headphones, his only gift from his father before he disappeared during a storm 2 years ago. Adrian wasn't like the other kids in town. While they ran along the shore, laughing and chasing each other through sea foam, Adrian spent his afternoons singing to the waves. It was the only thing that made the loneliness bearable. His father used to say, "Anik, if your heart hurts, sing. The pain becomes softer when it hears your voice." But ever since his father's boat went missing, the pain never softened. His mother worked endless shifts cleaning houses in the city. Sometimes she came home too tired to speak. Sometimes she came home crying. But every night, without fail, she kissed Adrian's forehead and whispered, "Someday, Anik, someday your voice will change our lives." Little did she know how true that would become. Of the DISOVRY one late afternoon, while Adrian was singing on the beach, his voice echoing across the empty shore, a foreign tourist filming the sunset stopped in his tracks. The man removed his headphones and stared at this voice, this trembling, angelic, heartbreak-scarred voice. It didn't belong to a child. It belonged to a soul that had lived through storms. "Kid, what's your name?" the man asked, filming without thinking. "Adrian Pa," the boy said shyly. "You sing like you've lived 1,000 lives. Have you ever auditioned for anything?" The boy shook his head. The man uploaded a short clip of Adrian that night. By morning, the internet had exploded, hundreds of thousands of views. Then millions, and then an email arrived addressed to Adrian's mother. An invitation to audition for the world's biggest talent show, Global Talent Search 2025, Manila Auditions. When she read the email, she dropped her cleaning cloth and burst into tears. They didn't have money for travel. They didn't have clothes to wear. They didn't even have enough for food some days, but sometimes destiny doesn't wait for perfect conditions. It simply opens a door, and this was their door. The JODRNY. The entire village helped. One fisherman offered money for bus tickets. A neighbor donated one nice shirt Adrian could wear. Someone even bought him new shoes, cheap ones, but clean. On the morning of the trip, the villagers gathered around the mother and son, blessing them with prayers, hugs, and quiet hopes. "Show them who you are, Iho," an old man said. "Your father will hear you from wherever he is." Adrian nodded, blinking away tears. The bus ride to Manila took hours. Adrian pressed his forehead against the window, imagining his father sitting beside him, smiling proudly. The audition HLL auditorium was enormous, bigger than anything Adrian had ever seen. Hundreds of contestants filled the hall, some practicing scales, others pacing anxiously. Adrian felt small. "Invisible, Ma," he whispered, clutching her hand. "What if they don't like me?" His mother knelt in front of him, holding his face gently. "Anik, they will like you. But more importantly, you will sing because your heart needs to be heard, not because they need to approve." He took a deep breath. They called his number. The stage. The judges sat in a perfect line beneath bright, blinding lights. A famous actress. A stern music critic. A legendary producer, and a global pop superstar. All eyes fell on the trembling boy standing alone on stage. "What's your name?" the superstar judge asked. "Adrian Ramos Pa, from Cavite," he said. "And why are you here today?" Adrian hesitated. Then, with a breaking voice, he said, I want to sing for my father. He was lost in a storm, and I never got to say goodbye." A hush fell over the room. "Take your time," the actress whispered softly. The music began. A simple piano. Soft, fragile. Adrian closed his eyes, and then, he sang, the song that stopped the world. His voice was not loud, it was not perfect, but it carried something rare. It carried truth. Every note trembled with longing, every word felt like a wound opening, every breath was a cry for someone who would never return. The audience froze, the judges leaned forward, their eyes glistening. And halfway through the performance, during the high, quivering note, something unexplainable happened. Adrian's voice cracked, not from weakness, but from emotion so raw the entire room felt it like a pulse. He choked, just for a moment, then continued, tears running freely. When the final note faded, the room remained silent. Then, the judges stood, the audience stood, everyone stood. A standing ovation so long the cameras struggled to keep filming. The actress judge wiped her tears. "I have never, in my entire career, heard a child sing like that," she said. Voice shaking, the pop superstar was openly crying. "You didn't just sing a song," he said. "You told us a story. You told us what love feels like. What loss feels like. If your father could hear you, he would never stop clapping." The stern music critic removed his glasses, crying silently, "This audition will be remembered for years," he whispered, and then, buzz, the superstar judge slammed the golden buzzer. Golden confetti erupted around Adrian like a rain of blessings. His mother rushed onto the stage, wrapping him in trembling arms. "You did it, Anik," she sobbed. "You made the world hear your heart." Adrian looked up at the shower of gold falling around him as if the universe itself was applauding. Somewhere deep inside, he felt it, his father was listening.